Hey guys, going on? Welcome to JOW on not only Spotify and whatever you listen to your podcast, but we're going to be putting this one up on YouTube. And, well, if you're watching this, welcome to the new channel. Said I am Thomas, and as well, always with Tarek and Austin, who should be joining in and probably talking some dumb
Uh,
shit. And about,
actually, he just texted me. He says he's not going to make it this one, but he'll be sure to do the next one. He's not even home yet.
well, then, no Austin then. Fair enough. No bullshit about Drew McIntyre then. Never bad for me. So
Yeah, it's been off balance for the last few ones, but shit happens. I'm sure we'll get things back to normal soon.
well, so but everything going on, and he just moved back to Alabama, or is it Alabama? Yeah. And then with obviously the virus going on, and has been a picnic at our employment either. So it's been a lot. So, which obviously that's no news to everybody. Everybody's having it rough, which is kind of what we're getting into today anyway. WWE have been very, very, very terrible in the last like 2 weeks. Um, which I know they've updated their schedule, their TV schedules again, but
That was kind of ironic that they did that. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just thought it was kind of laughable.
it's been a disaster to
It's
put
been
it.
a disaster for like pro wrestling as a whole, but
Yeah,
WWE, leave it up to them to make some boneheaded fucking decisions.
yeah. Well, we'll quickly get into it. So, right immediately after WrestleMania 36, which is despite being very awkward, no crowd, was surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be. I'll give them props for that.
Yeah, I will too. I can't really just troll them because that's the thing, but
But after WrestleMania 36, they pretty much said that they were going to do a bulk taping schedule after their current tapings ended, which was going to be the Raw, SmackDown, NXT after Mania. And then after that, they had no more shows. And then they were going to do another bulk taping that Saturday after the SmackDown aired. They were going to group up on the Saturday and do in 2 days, do 8 weeks worth of tapings. And then be gone for a couple months. But still have content, which I wasn't really crazy about. But, it's, they get to keep their tagline, the longest running episodic television show or whatever. And they get their shows out, and people are at home where they should be for longer periods of time.
not us. Just saying.
Yeah, tears in our eyes. But what proceeded to happen was out of nowhere, literally as they're doing, I think they're gonna do that the next Raw or SmackDown live, and then just tape shows afterwards and take off. But while they were taping that SmackDown show, Vince randomly decided that they were just going to go back to the regular live schedule, like nothing was happening.
I don't really see a sense in that because it's kind of hard to call it live when there's nobody there. You might as well just pre-tape the fucking thing.
Well, here was the logic why.
Oh
Was
yeah, because the whole thing with USA and their contract, blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, just for everybody else for a backstory, pretty much USA and Fox, there are little notes in their contracts with WWE that WWE can only do, I think it was 3 or 4 pre-tape shows a year, and they obviously just use those up right before WrestleMania and after WrestleMania. So the theory is if WWE had to breach the contract and not be able to do the shows live, that USA and Fox could pretty much cut their contract and just pretty much pay them the absolute bare minimum.
Some contract.
And Vince only sees dollar signs, so he pretty much said, no, we're going live now, and putting literally everybody, staff, crew, performers, himself, his family at risk to, again, just for dollar signs.
The fact that they're even still traveling and they're still going city to city, probably not the best idea right now.
Yeah, well, so they changed it
Not
up.
to mention, I mean, I know they're supposed to be doing screening, but suppose somebody gets in the ring and rolls around somebody. I mean, man, it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Well, so that was the thing that someone said that it's they're keeping them in separate hotel rooms, not letting them see each other or keeping the social distancing, but then it's okay just to roll around and wrestle.
It don't matter. That's fucking retarded because you could do that all you want, but when you have them like just give 30 minutes of their time in the ring, for example, 50, even 5 minutes, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Like what makes me? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, I'll say you can keep going with this. They ended up changing it after what happened next. They changed it and reduced it to pretty much like they're doing like 2 or 3 weeks worth of shows with like the live shows, and then gives them a couple weeks off, and then they come back in, do a couple live shows, and then do a bulk taping. So it's a little bit less, but still very convoluted. And my thing is, if they're just gonna still do pre-tape shows anyway, just fucking do a bulk like you're going to, and keep people at home as often as possible.
Well, I wonder if USA wasn't gonna. I'm sure USA probably could overlook that.
Well, I'm sure USA and Fox pretty much said like everybody is out, like they're losing because especially someone like Fox, like they do some of the NFL, they do some of probably the XFL, and they
XFL's toast.
Yeah, I would say that's toast. They filed for bankruptcy.
Oh good God.
Yeah, but yeah, they lost all those too. I don't know if Fox. I think Fox did March Madness. I don't think they did the NBA. But you know they lost all those sporting events, so they need something to fill in some slots. So last thing they're gonna do is try to piss off one of their fucking last remaining fucking sources of entertainment.
So you're telling me that maybe if they would let him just do a pre-tape, Vince probably would let it slide. He's basically just cracked under pressure. So you really can't say he's all evil, which he is to an extent.
No, he's all evil because he's doing pre-tape shows anyway. Which he could, if he's gonna do pre-tape shows and still do this every 2 weeks thing, just fucking like do a bulk pre-tape because you're already breaching the contract.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he had the option, I'm pretty sure he'd probably be doing the douchiest thing he's doing right now anyway. If USA and Fox didn't force him to, go live anyway.
Well, again, they're not even forcing him.
Fear breaching contracts.
Because evidently, again, yeah, Fox and USA can't really piss them off, so he's probably not even going live. Well, so they're probably not even like giving him any shit for it.
Which I honestly don't understand. On top of that, how are they making any money when there's no live crowd to supplement that? Like, concessions, the T-shirts, the tickets, blah 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 blah.
They're not, and that's exactly why.
So it's really not making much difference for their income at this point.
That's really not. Well, again, literally the TV deal is the only income they have anymore because network buys are not there, pay-per-view buys are not there because they were trying to push that again from Mania.
So basically, without the ticket, they're still getting a flat rate, but without obviously the live crowd and everything else that goes factors into it is not going to do much.
Well, merchandise is for sure down. Live, obviously, tickets are gone. The venue.
All they have is their TV deal to basically work with that, but everything else extra is like obviously not there for right now.
Exactly, and we're about to get into it in a second. Why what happened on probably the darkest day in pro wrestling, as far as
it was a terrible week for wrestling in general as a whole.
Yeah, like obviously it's in a different way. I know you feel like darkish, you think like Benoit or Owen Hart. It's totally different. Like literally it's a different thing. Literally hundreds of people lost their jobs, and at the worst possible time have no source of income now.
And some were, like I told you, some were probably not that necessary. And there's a lot that I question. And there's a lot that I'm just scratching my head on thinking, why would you do that?
Okay, so I don't know how many of the backstage writers and producers got cut off, but just for the talent alone, I had to list.
I think mostly backstage was furloughed.
Yeah, which I'm hoping is temporary, but again, they're still not getting paid. But I have it up on.
Better be jobless completely.
Yeah, I have it up on WWE.com. The talent they officially announced were released. This doesn't include NXT talent because they've been still getting released as of today. But
they released a few over the weekend, I think.
But they haven't announced. They don't announce the NXT talent. They just announced the main roster talent.
Well, they weren't really big names, not yet, at least.
Yeah, but on Wednesday, I believe it was last Wednesday, for main roster, here's the official post. WWE has come to terms on the release of Kurt Angle, Rusev, Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Eric Young, Rowan, Sarah Logan, Noah Jose, Mike Chioda, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, EC3, Aiden English, Leo Rush, Primo, and Epico. And of
I'm
course,
going to stop you on there for a second, because some of those were probably necessary and some were not necessary. Like the necessary ones, like fucking, a lot of people didn't know that Primo Epico were still there. They thought they were gone.
well, so whenever I think it was Primo got suspended last year for a wellness policy violation, like what the fuck? He's still like he still has a job.
I kind of snickered when they let No Way Jose go. Like that was like probably a given. Like let's be honest, what the hell are you gonna do to fucking No Way Jose? That's the stupidest thing. That's the stupidest name I've ever even heard.
And of course they put the we wish them the best in their future endeavors when there's literally nowhere to have a future endeavor.
Like they got the John Laurinaitis send off.
Fucking heart.
You fucking motherfucker. Where are they gonna go?
I said the fucking heartless pricks. So I'm gonna go through a couple of these. The disrespect to a fucking legend like Kurt Angle. Like,
oh man, that him coming back was just a waste of all. Like his final, I mean, obviously in his defense, he was just beaten up and he couldn't do what he used to do in the ring. But it was just a nerd.
Well said. He was a backstage, like he would help book matches and all that. And I'm glad.
Slap in the face to Angle. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm glad I got the webcam now, so I can fucking like, how fucking dare you? Because I know you have plenty of fucking people that are on Legends contracts that are getting paid to sit in their ass, like fucking Hogan, who literally has barely contributed in the last 10 years that you're still fucking paying, but someone has worked his nails to the fucking bone to get back into your fucking company. Not only treat him like shit on TV, and then let alone fucking sign him out. And I'm sure he's not as mad as I am, but you guys can go fuck yourselves for that one. A goddamn legend.
I definitely felt that. I took that a little bit personally. Let Kurt Angle go. I'm like, really? The guy that really killed himself in this company? Yeah, he went to TNA for quite a while, but who fucking cares? The man literally is on a path of destruction.
So fucking makes me fucking.
I'll tell you which one surprised me the most. Well, I didn't really follow Drake Maverick, but I just know very little of the guy. But I'm surprised, Mike, that's very highly active that you would get rid of it. That one was kind of like. That one was kind of clueless.
Did you see his video on Instagram and Twitter?
I refuse to watch it because I saw the guy. I mean, I've heard a lot about the guy breaking too. I don't want to watch that.
Dude, it was so hard. I watched it. I feel so bad for him. Again, like this is literally his dream was being WWE, and he had a lot of memorable segments. Like him and R-Truth, the 24/7 title was arguably like the best thing on the show last year for the majority.
It was. I remember watching it. I remember watching, catching Drake in the hotel naked, and he comes barging. That was just fucking classic shit. Yeah. But there are some. I mean, I watched the Heath Slater. I watched his video last night about him talking about. He seems like he's taking it okay, but he's just kind of accepting it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll come back, 250 pounds of like steroid juice, and he'll get the title. Who knows?
That's what everyone's saying now. That's like the new meme. It's like he's. Yeah, because Ginger got released and Drew got released, and then
I'll tell you what, though, I didn't expect. I'm scratching my head on why they let Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows go. How are you gonna explain that one?
That one is the most surprising. Again, you gotta think about it because the Boneyard match main event of night one, they were a part of the fucking main event of one night of WrestleMania, and then they get released.
What are you saying? The tombstone on top of the roof is supposed to be the big send off? Come on.
Like, those were the most surprising out of everything on the list.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't re-sign, but I think I heard we're getting paid stupid money, so I'm not surprised they got cut.
Well, because this is exactly what WWE did, and this is why I get the no excuses, and I can tell Vince to go fuck himself.
Well, you know why? Shit it's obvious why.
Because
the AEW.
Exactly, because they're fucking hoarding talent, because they don't want, because not that they're ever going to use them properly, but because, like, fucking look at Mike and Maria Kanellis. They have been on TV. They've been on 205 Live, which is practically fucking on main event, which is not there.
205 is dead at this point, man.
It's dead, and they're only on that, and they got fucking like $500,000 a year just to do fucking nothing because they didn't want him to go to AEW.
Well, Mike Bennett got his wish. He regretted re-signing any fucking way.
Yeah, and then fucking but going back to Gallows and Anderson, like, because you're so desperate not to see them go. You fucking put them in these things, give them guaranteed contracts, and just say, you know what, fuck you. Both of them have fucking have families. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Carl Anderson just had another baby with his wife.
I cannot confirm, but I know he has kids.
No, he has some kids. I don't know if he just had another one.
Probably not as many as Heath Slater, but. I will say one thing though, it seems kind of douchey. So they hoarded all this talent that they know they don't give a fuck about, but they hoarded them up just to be in spite to AEW, so they wouldn't sign a bunch of people.
And you want to the
I don't think AEW was going to even do that. AEW is not going to sign all the WWE talent just to be spiteful. You know that.
Yeah. Hey, well,
they're not going to spend all that money.
You want to know the biggest kick of the balls to all these people that got released too?
What's that?
All the people in the main roster. Even with everything going on, even if they had a fucking chance of getting signed by anybody, they all have 90-day non-compete clauses.
Well, I heard in this situation they technically don't, so they're free to go.
They all do. The Revival did not. The Revival can go anywhere whenever. But all these people, it has already been reported, they all have 90-day non-complete clauses.
What's even more funnier though is that supposedly NXT talent, they're going to pay them for 30 days, and after that they're free. They're free to go.
Yeah, NXT is 30 days, but they're still getting paid. Because that's pretty much the thing with NXT. Whenever you're a new signing in NXT, they pretty much pay for everything for you until you.
I feel bad for all the people past and present prior to the situation that have worked for this fucking god awful company. And the reason why, because they're all just like you and me. We were kids. We had our heroes. We had the action figures. We idolized these people, and then you dream of working for the company, and then by some miracle you make it there, and then you find out it's not what it seems, and they just really just drain wrestling out of your soul. Like you don't care about it anymore.
I said that. That's what happened with like.
It's just fucking sad. It really is.
It's everybody like John Moxley. Like he just lost his passion for fucking pro wrestling, and thank God he got out when he did. Or fucking Cody Rhodes.
Well, not just wrestlers. Look at
Well, everybody. What's it? Even people that are.
Justin Roberts, the announcer, man. He stopped giving a shit about wrestling. He was like a lifelong fan. He used to go to shows when he was younger.
Yeah. It's everybody.
Thank God AEW kind of revived that because he disappeared after he left WWE.
Yeah, also because JBL's an asshole. But besides that,
well, that's a lot more than just JBL. It's just the company. It's just the machine as a whole. Look at everybody. The best. CM Punk's another example. Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree at all. Trust me, I'm on the. And
you know what makes it even more funny is Seth Rollins chimes in and defends the company once again. That guy is like a strict company guy. He just does not care. Who gets like thrown in the chopping block? He's all about WWE.
Oh yeah, there's something about that. He was saying like it sucks, but it's they gotta do what they gotta do or something like that. But I'm like,
yeah, he's just such a company guy.
It's for you to talk whenever you're not on the list. And now, who looks like the biggest asshole now is Braun Strowman because you really fucking ate your words now, didn't you?
His friends got cut now. I don't think he's gonna be tweeting about his friends getting cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, he still gets the title in the end, which that's an argument for another day. But
that's not. Yeah, I know. It sounds like a real asshole now, don't you, Braun?
I'm just saying, Seth Rollins is just such a major ass kisser. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it is.
But I can't blame the guy. If I was one of the top faces and getting paid good money, I would probably kiss the rest too.
It's a flawed perspective because he's a top guy. Like of course he's not going to be one of the people released. I'm sure if by some fucking dark miracle he'd be he'd probably be the first one that'd be like, oh, Tyler Black motherfuckers, let's go. I'm fucking not going to be shackling.
Speaking of that, I'll tell you what really surprised. Well, I'm not surprised is Rusev because what I've been hearing through the grapevine, they couldn't come to agreements anyway. So I'm not surprised Rusev was on that block.
I thought Rusev was gonna be the first one off.
I hate to see him go, but the guy has such a great personality. From where he came to where he's at now with his character, man, he can go somewhere else and be a lot more over. Man, they don't know. That guy just had no support at all.
Oh, I agree. Said it was.
The fact he got surprised, I'm not surprised, but in a way, it's like, man, they really just did not give a fuck about that guy. Didn't matter how much Rusev Day was over. I don't understand. Rusev Day was over, and they still didn't give a fuck.
That's it. Same thing with Zack Ryder, which we're going to get into him in a second. But, if you get yourself over, they don't like that. They want you to be the guy. As much as I loving Drew McIntyre's run is, WWE wanted him to get over. And it worked. And he's still popular now, even in everything in social media. So that won't work. But if you don't get over on your own, if you don't get over from WWE's permission, they will fucking bury you time and time again. He got over from even after the fucking America gimmick and lost to Cena. He got himself over. He got himself over Rusev Day. Got himself over the fucking Bobby Lashley Lana shit, which was fucking terrible.
That was atrocious.
And he still was fucking one of those popular people on the shows.
It's even funnier. I just not thought about it. They groomed him basically to be fed to John Cena and got buried at WrestleMania, and he still prevailed through that.
Yeah.
He got buried 6 feet under by John Cena at WrestleMania. Was that 33, I think, wasn't it?
It was 31. 30. 30.
Either way, they build him up to this massive monster. He'll have to do with any big guy that comes in on personality, which Rusev had it all along, but that's besides the point. Yeah. Just before fucking John Cena, and then forgotten about. Then his career is all downhill from there. I've seen it so many fucking times.
Yep, and the same thing with Bria 30.
Not many guys bounce back from that.
And not everybody can have a fucking complete character swap like Bray did and get a rematch. That usually
There's very few that actually bounce back from that.
And it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
I'm sorry. I hate to keep interrupting because I'm just so fired up all over this. But the funny thing is that by doing these cuts, they're saving $4 million a month. So let that sink in for a second. $4 million a month. Think about that.
I was going to get into that in a second. I was going to go through everybody first.
I'm sorry. I've been biting my tongue.
Oh, I'm going to fucking, trust me. We're both going to lose our shit on that.
The reason why I saved $4 million a month is when I sat back and I did some research and I thought about some things, I thought, well, okay, wait a minute. So you cut out most of some useless talent, no offense to them, but you cut out some really good talent that you probably oversigned and overpaid that you shouldn't have. But you're gonna pay fucking Goldberg $2 million fucking dollars to hardly do a goddamn thing, when you could have just cut him, alone and saved $2 million of that $4 million right there.
Yeah.
I doubt he's coming back anytime soon.
Oh, so it's gonna get even worse. Give me a second. Who do we cover?
Does that make sense though?
What is what you're saying is that I'm about to make you more pissed off. So I said, but actually,
that was just a wrong-headed decision.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it, we'll go through it right now. Actually, because another ranting coming.
Because there's no sense in building this up, Thomas.
No, another ranting coming. So
go ahead. You got the microphone.
So WWE has, for what we heard, $500 million, which, not to simplify it, $500 million in the bank, just not using. Just in case shit hits a fan. And again, they still have their TV deals. They're still selling somewhat of merchandise, even though I'm sure it's down. And they're trying to make ticket sales for shows that they don't know that they can make happen. But, albeit they're trying, network subscriptions are going up, so there's nothing else to do. So if you're a pro wrestling fan, may as well watch the old shit. And with all of fucking that, some way did the math. $500 million in the bank. If you use not even 10% of that, they would have paid off. That's what, $50 million? Not even 10.
You could easily just pay off the rest of it.
Well, I'm saying not even $50 million. They could have paid off every single fucking person we said on this list. Probably also all the fucking backstage talent that weren't even put on the list because they weren't fucking worth even getting acknowledged or getting furloughed or fired. Or the NXT talent that they fucking said nobody knows them, even though they had nobody to provide to their fucking families now.
So
all of them, they could have paid off everybody for 8 months.
You mean the difference in their salaries? What you're saying?
Yeah, they could have paid off everybody in this fucking contract, even like Gallows and Anderson, who I think had $750,000 a year.
A piece.
A piece. Yeah, even with that, they could have paid off everybody with not even 10% of that. And you're going to fucking cut them out when there's literally nowhere to find work, and you're going to have the fucking gall to not even if they had the miracle of getting signed by somebody immediately. Because I'm sure like the Revival probably got signed by AEW already, but they're also not going to be on TV. But for the fact that they can't even do that for 3 months, you're going to put all of them in the fucking hole. Probably going to lose their fucking apartment. They're probably going to lose their... Oh, I don't want to go that far, but definitely going to get behind some rent, get behind on mortgage payments. Because those are ruthless motherfuckers. They're not going to care.
No, they don't give a fuck, man.
Because you guys are fucking greedy, stubborn. All you care about is fucking money, and it makes everybody fucking sick.
Another thing, too, like I told you last week, it makes me wonder if they're trying to make up for the loss of the XFL, which that was... Vince claimed that was going to be separate from WWE, but I know goddamn well he's still tied to that, so you can't tell me he pulled off.
Oh, yeah. No, they revealed that WWE had fucking major stock in the XFL.
So he fucking lied.
Because he lied right to their faces. They said whenever they filed for bankruptcy, they could have to put where all your assets are coming from. And
I honestly
it was like 20% of it was from WWE.
I honestly hope he doesn't try to revive XFL again in 10 years, because it didn't work then, it doesn't work now, and it probably won't want to work ever. And at this point, I wouldn't bother even entertaining the idea of trying to bring back XFL again, and when God knows how long from now.
Like, I am so...
That's a sign Vince is not meant to happen. Leave it alone.
Like,
he pissed away millions of dollars.
I want to get into the second. I just want to see like your thought is and like if you're gonna, because I am so fucking done with them right now.
I mean, you know what? I only the reason why, and I hate to sound like a hypocrite. We bitch about the product all the time. And I'm not saying AEW or anybody else is any less guilty of their mistakes, but I hold that company to a high standard because they're the big dog, the oldest game in town. So I expect them to use their heads more.
But I didn't even say this. Ring of Honor, who make significantly less, like probably out of the big five, which I would say is WWE, AEW, New Japan, TNA, and Ring of Honor. They probably make the least, to be fucking real, or Impact.
I think they tried to help out their guys, I think, in the meantime.
They said they are paying everybody what they can pay for. Any shows that were booked for all the staff that are fucking supposed to ring together, help do the crew, all the performers that were only supposed to show up for a fucking angle. Ring of Honor is paying every single one of them, even though the shows got canceled. Ring of Honor is doing that. What the fuck is your excuse, Vince?
I'll be honest with you. The reason why I hadn't given up on WWE as a whole, and it sounds weird, is because I still support the talent. They're the ones who make the show and the ring crew. Other than that, I'd probably say fuck the company at this point.
I sincerely hope that everybody in here that got released, even the people that like you don't really expect like much to do with, like.
Well, don't forget they hadn't cleaned house in SmackDown yet. Remember that's probably coming soon.
They think they moved on from that. I thought that was coming too, but they pretty much skipped SmackDown and went straight to NXT.
I mean, let's be honest, man. I don't know when this whole world will bounce back from all this nonsense, but I'm willing to bet how much it's going to affect WWE as a whole. Like, people are probably going to stop, watching the show and buying their products because, a lot of people took those firings pretty personal, like it was like their best friend or brother.
Yeah. Well, again, a lot of them did. Again, because inexcusable. There's no reason. Like, somebody... And people that fucking busted their ass and did everything you told them. Like, someone like Zack Ryder. For fucking...
Honestly, with all due respect to that guy, I'm amazed he lasted as long as he did. Because I always was afraid every time they did release season, he was going to be on that chopping block because they just didn't care about that guy.
Because he had such a love for WWE. Like, as soon as AEW launched, Cody pretty much said, like, you get out of your contract, I will... Like, you're the guy. Like...
But Zach re-signed anyway.
Said Cody, yeah, he always re-signed because he just loves WWE. That's what he grew up with. So he had that.
And unfortunately, he had that YouTube show that he did on his own, and they took over because they wanted to fucking get their hands in there and basically control him to help him to take credit for getting him over.
Yeah, pretty much. And,
fuck you, WWE.
Yeah, and Cody pretty much said as soon as he said all the releases, he pretty much said like the first guy I always wanted to sign from WWE, the only guy. The number one person I want from WWE to come over to AEW is Zack Ryder. And I
remember Cody saying that personally.
I hope
Zack Ryder's probably got a job in a few months when this all blows over.
Yeah, I hope he goes there and I hope he does well. Same with Kurt Hawkins. I know he's a reliable talent. He knows how to sell, even if he's still just jobber.
They just didn't have anything for that guy, man.
He's good at getting over. Someone like Eric Young. Oh, so fucking underused. He was insane.
Eric Young should never even sign to begin with. That guy was forgotten about.
And NXT, it was sanity. They were great.
Look at EC3. That guy, talk about wasted talent. EC3, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. He will be... I don't know if he's better going back off the Impact or if he's going to go into AEW.
I think that's the reason why they get that guy such a bad cold shoulder in WWE because he came from fucking Impact. So what? Who else did? I mean, so did AJ.
Well, literally, the reason why Vince gave up on him wasn't even for TNA.
I know that whole Dean Ambrose thing before he was leaving probably didn't help his credibility. I mean,
that was literally the sole reason. Vince pretty much blamed EC3 for getting booed, even though it was because Vince was trying to bury fucking Ambrose on the way out.
Probably wasn't even booing EC3. Well, I don't know if they were technically booing him or just booing them. I don't know what they were booing.
They were cheering Ambrose pretty much, so they're pretty much saying EC3's not good at getting the crowd, even though that.
Basically, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'll give up on WWE anytime soon, and I sound like a hypocrite because I shouldn't be paying for the network and I shouldn't be buying the T-shirts. I shouldn't be watching any of it because of the way they treat their talent, but I still do it for the talent.
That was my big debate because like the company itself, they can go fuck themselves.
I'll be honest, I thought the Money in the Bank idea concept seemed kind of unique with the whole rooftop thing, but we'll see how that goes. I don't want to say this is great and it turned out to be a disaster. Who knows?
But here's the biggest thing I can say. This is the biggest takeaway. This is the biggest time, like, if you still want to use the network and do all that because you're in isolation, I get it. But this is the biggest thing you can do. If you somehow have money to spare, support independent wrestling because they need it now more than ever. Like, buy the shirts, fucking buy DVDs or like whatever you got to do. Like, because this is pretty much the only way they're getting money in their pockets right now. And I know that that's the cliche of, support indie wrestling right now.
I think if the world cancels their freaking subscription, WWE might start panicking because I know they eyeball those fucking spreadsheets every time the reports come out.
Oh yeah, it was bad. Even WrestleMania, I think it was not good.
And I know the media and social media being so big, everybody always thinks that WWE's on like the decline, which it is. But I feel like they were hyping. But after all this stuff going on, I'm pretty sure it's definitely on the decline when the routine gets back to normal.
Oh, when it comes back, yeah, it's not
gonna. I mean, they're already lacking. Like shows are already lacking seats as it is.
Oh yeah, well, the first couple of weeks is gonna be sold out because it's people be able to go back to the routine again. So whenever shows can actually go back live with crowds, the first couple are going to be sold out. I will bet on that. That should be everywhere though. AEW is going to have fucking 10,000 plus. Fucking Ring of Honor will get their highest seats. That's just what it's going to be. Like I would not be surprised if fucking New Japan announces their first show back is going to be in the Tokyo Dome just to get 40,000 tickets just if I can get a hot start. That's just gonna be the nature of it. After that, when the norm kind of becomes the norm again, that's when WWE is really gonna get the fucking karma to bite them in the ass, and I really hope it fucking bites hard. But as far as what the talent is concerned, support the talent. Like people like Drew's got their fucking big break, even though it sucks. There's no crowd. Kevin Owens, he hasn't done anything since Mania, but they've all been doing good things. So support the talent because they're still busting their ass. And at the very least, if they still have to come out and do some of these live tapings, the least you can do is support them. But again, the biggest takeaway is support indie wrestling. Support those guys that just got released. Support those guys that can't get bookings. Support those guys that don't really have a way to put food on the table right now. So that's really all I have to say about that. And if you have anything you want to add, now's your time.
I'm sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. You'll have to edit that.
Yeah, I figured. That's alright.
I was saying that the company is just utterly disgusting. I mean, it's bad enough they don't care about the fans, but now you really just show how much you don't even care about your own people that put themselves out there every day, like physically and mentally. That's just disgusting, WWE. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, I can't agree more.
You got enough money to pay these people off, and you decided just to stick it to them. Fuck you. And I will say this off the record, props to Howard Finkel, by the way. We forgot to acknowledge Howard Finkel.
Oh God, I can't believe that. Oh yeah, you're right.
Talk about a dedicated employee, man. I remember watching Howard Finkel, announce as long as I can remember back in the mid-90s, as far as back as I can remember. So rest in peace, Howard Finkel.
Yes, rest in peace, Howard Finkel. Yeah, it was just that's the part boy. That's the cherry on top of one of the worst weeks in pro wrestling. What to think?
I could go on for hours about this whole situation, man. As far as not so much wrestling, but WWE as a whole, because we all make mistakes. Okay, I don't expect them to be flawless because they've been around for so long, but I feel like they make boneheaded decisions rationally, knowing they're getting ready to make a boneheaded decision. They still do it anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even want to talk about it because I feel like it's just at the point of getting it more attention than actually they deserve to get.
But, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but again, if they wanted to cut money back, they should have cut out the people they're paying too much to sit on their ass.
Oh yeah, like fucking AF Goldberg getting $2 million for fucking they could have just.
Once again, that could have saved you $2 out of your $4 million right there, and you wouldn't have to put.
They could have just said, "Hey, man, the world's ending. We need to pay other people. But how about you only get $1 million for this fucking 4-minute match you're gonna do? How's that sound?"
I highly doubt Goldberg's hurting for money.
No, and then even they're going as immature. I didn't even mention this. Roman Reigns pretty much the company who's been the company
Oh
guy.
yeah, I forgot to mention the Roman Reigns. They give that guy
Yeah,
the cold shoulder. He's
yeah.
in the doghouse.
Cause
No
God forbid, because he had previous stats of leukemia, fucking cancer, and he felt like, hey, if I get this, it might be a lot worse for me. So, any normal person, like, absolutely take some time off, get away. No, they just completely fucking blacklist him now, like he doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's getting the Benoit treatment, if I may use that term right now. They're not allowed to even mention him on TV right now.
Yeah, said they pretty much got specific things. Don't mention Reigns at all. So
I was like, so what? You guys are pissed off because your top talent's trying to, look out for his health and actually come back when it's necessary? Because if he got sick, you may not see him ever again, and there goes all your investment.
Oh yeah, well, God forbid he got sick and he ended up getting worse. He could be in fucking ICU right now if he fucking did that match and got sick.
I'll tell you what, Vince. I don't know how Vince gets away with the stuff legally. Like, that man just needs to fucking step down like now, because he's lost his mind completely. This takes the cake.
This is fucking distasteful, disgusting, like, so remorseless, fucking irrehensible.
I hope Triple H doesn't treat the comeback like this if he ever gets any type of hand in it. Yeah. God forbid.
Like, this is like now more than ever, especially now. Fucking Trump announced Vince as one of the. He's pretty much one of the people that pretty much determines where shit can go back to normal again.
Well, that was no surprise. I mean, obviously Vince and Trump are friends, and Vince's wife's in the cabinet with that fucking buffoon, so that was a given. I told you that was going to happen.
Well, here's that story. We'll get into that really fast, because I know we're trying to get this one a little bit shorter since we did like 2 hours last time. So we're trying to get
that fucking buffoon obviously made it obvious, but we'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
Well, I said so whenever they're doing the pre-tape shows after the sheriff in Florida, because they're obviously airing from the Performance Center, pretty much is telling them to pack the fuck up and get out, because obviously this is not following any kind of social distancing laws or any kind of quarantine laws whatsoever. So WWE's response is to go to the Florida governor, who initially said no. And then out of nowhere, Lyndon McMahon, who was I believe it is on Trump's cabinet, randomly made like a $18, it could be more or less, I think it was $18 million donation to something involving Florida. I don't know if it's just like the state commission or whatever. And then literally like the fucking next day, boom, out of nowhere, just like that, WWE is now, and professional wrestling is now labeled as an essential business.
I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? How is that essential? They're entertainment.
It's not essential in the fucking slightest.
Well, their excuse was, well, we gotta keep people, sane during these hard times. Well, yeah, that's fine. Pre-tape the fucking shows and air them. They can't go to the goddamn shows anyway.
Oh, yes, exactly. Pre-tape the fucking shows. Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Exactly. Talk about insulting your intelligence.
Exactly. And then, like, hey, are you gonna really let the fucking NBA start playing again? Because they're a source of entertainment. Or are you gonna let you gonna bring the XFL back and let them finish out their season with no crowd?
Once again, Thomas, obviously him and Trump and Linda are connected, so that tells you everything.
Obviously, but it's just like, just fucking think, because they're just so short term. Just fucking think about what that's going to look like. Like, right. Being totally honest, if this fucking backfires, not only is this going to can Vince, and I don't want to get too political, but if this fucking backfires and somebody in the company gets sick, this is going to make Trump look really fucking bad.
No, they'll still vote for his sorry ass. Everybody's too ignorant to even think like that. Excuse my political charge, but I'm just being honest. Right. Everybody's fucking ignorant. They'll still vote for his sorry ass. I'll leave it at that.
We'll see. But this has just been an atrocious week for WWE. I didn't say enough about the Think before we close out. He's pretty much the voice of WWE. He's like the first person I go to. Every time like somebody like won the title, like I didn't hear much of him because obviously I'm a little younger. But
I'm an old ass. I remember Howard Finkel from way back in the '90s. He voiced the most iconic matches.
Yeah, and then just hear like the end new is so fucking iconic. And to me, he's the greatest announcer of all time.
Next to Mean Gene now. Well, Mean Gene was more like a backstage personality, but still.
Yeah, I said Mean Gene's more like an interviewer.
But he's still an iconic voice.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Mean Gene's definitely the most iconic, and he's the best interviewer of all time. And the Fink is the best ring announcer.
It's sad, man. They're all fading off one by one.
Yeah, it's getting weird. That's a terrible way to put it, but it's.
Yeah.
But
That's all I'm gonna leave that, man. I'm not gonna go any more with this. I don't want to get too politically charged and everything else along with it.
but rest in peace to the Fink, and good luck to everybody. And I know we didn't mention some of the backstage writers and NXT talent that got released as well, but best of luck to you guys. And again, anybody that has anything to spare, support these guys, buy their shirts, do whatever you can.
Spend less in WWE and spend more in the fucking independent scene. That's the point he's trying to make.
Pretty much, yeah. I gotta
bastards.
Yeah, I gotta reiterate that. But we'll keep this one brief for the day, and especially the first one on YouTube. So we thank you guys for watching or listening, however you guys do it, and look forward to the next chapter. It's a shame we had to do one like this. It's pitiful that we had to, but it's the business we're in, I guess, is the world we live in now. So I'm good to sign off. Anything you want to say, Derek?
No, that's all I got, man.
All right, well, yeah, thank you guys so much, and we will catch you guys hopefully for more positive video or podcast next time. So have a good one, guys. Take care.